the older I get, I start to realize everything in life isn't what you may think it is. Right? You might think it's, peachy, loving, caring, but everybody on this planet has their own programming. You'd have to think about the last 11 years of social media and its hold on society, right? In order to really understand what we're dealing with. The last 100 years, for 100 years, they've been using media and things that we use culturally to manipulate us. But in the last 10 years, they used social media. Why? Because it's in everybody's hand. Everybody gets to look at it, share it. You're on it when you're on the toilet. You're on it when you're on the train. You're on it when you're in the airplane, in the airport, even watching TV. You're on your phone. This includes me. But we didn't know the agenda behind it. Right? We thought it was free, fair, and balanced. That we were all getting to see the same things. That viral videos was something that happened by chance and not by design. But we take a step back and we take 2 seconds and we think about what's been happening. It wasn't by design. It was carefully orchestrated in order to usher man into a different future or paradigm that he was never used to, or she was never used to. So I say to myself, am I to hold people accountable for their urges that was implanted in them? People would say, yeah, you should. You should always hold people accountable for who they are. But what if they didn't know that they were programmed to think in a particular way? Do I hold it against them now? Whose fault is it that we all got programmed? Is it our own fault? Or is it the people that took the concerted effort to manipulate our mindsets so that they can usher in something that we all don't want? So I pose that question again. Whose fault is it? Is it my fault that I got brainwashed? Is it their fault that they got brainwashed? Or is it the people's fault that created the brainwashing machines? Or is it their fault? Essentially, you have to come to the realization that it's not the people's fault that had no idea about the technology that was used upon them. And that leads me to think that I shouldn't cast judgment on someone based off of their programming that they didn't even know they had. They didn't even know. Just started happening 11 years ago, 2011, 2010, 2012. Just started happening. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, so whose fault is it? So if you get with somebody and they've never seen your type of light, your type of shine, your type of being, and they don't know what to do with that type of being, do you hold it against them? You say, nah, you should have been like this. But what if they do like that, but they just still got deep down urges that they must quench. Something you got to talk about eventually, right? 2 more seconds. So I'll say this, man. I'll say this. Do what makes you feel comfortable. That ensures that you're capable of taking these type of pains and lumps, depending on whatever journey you're going upon. Right? I said to myself, I'm not the arbiter of truth. I'm just me. And it just so happened, people come into my life and leave my life and think that, maybe I'm one of a kind or two of a kind, three of a kind. But I'll tell you one thing. I know who I am, and I know what I'm capable of doing. I know what I'm capable of saying. I'm not going to sugarcoat the dream for anybody. I may not tell you the dream that I have. I may not even confide in you wholeheartedly. But the dream is always consistent. The path is always consistent. And whether you come into my life to help or to be a burden, no matter what, you are a lesson. No matter who it is, you are a lesson to my journey that I'm on. Whether it's good or bad, it's all for the betterment of myself. I posted a video of a guy saying, the gods were so arrogant in themselves, they didn't even care what they were doing or what anybody else was doing. That wasn't arrogance. That wasn't arrogance. It's a combination of both. It's the understanding of the future and the path that we were set upon. And knowing that you can't fight against what was already decreed. See, the God's punishments is so huge and undecipherable if you're not taking personal inventory of the information that is put forth, such as the religious texts and philosophy and things of that nature. So they knew, man. So it wasn't, I can't care about you, or I shouldn't care about you, or I don't care about you. Is that I understand the path that we are laid upon, and we are destined to lose everything. So that's not arrogance. We know what it is. We know what it was. Even if I'm not able to tell you what it is, I know what it is. So now we come out of our sleep, our slumber, our deep trance to the great awakening, to find ourselves in a place where we're like, oh shit, it was true, it happened, we lost everything. We lost everything and anything we had 10, 20,000 years ago. Only to find that we have to build it up again. The blessing is that we was worthy enough not to be extinguished from reality. You wasn't extinguished. You was given chance after chance after chance. Just read the text. Read all of them. the Quran, the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, the Vedas, the Avesta, Tao Te Ching, everything, anything and everything, read it. So, you couple that within the reality that we all are consisted of, our arrogance for self-love, and then the algorithms of people trying to take over the planet because they believe that they are destined to take it over, or it belongs to them. I'll leave you with this. We can't judge people for what they get deceived for. It's not our job. Our job is to stay consistent in one frequency, because that frequency of love, enlightenment, truth is the only thing that can eradicate lies. Consistency destroys the propaganda and the mind control shit that the world has on it. So, don't judge. Peace.